You have noticed that we have been using functions this whole video, right? Println, readline, build string, and let's learn how to create our own function now. Let me tell you one thing, that functions are how you make your code reusable. Instead of writing the same logic in 10 minutes, different places in your program, you write it once in a function and call it 10 times. If you find a bug in that code, you fix it in one place and it's fixed everywhere. That's the power of functions. And honestly, this is one of the biggest turning points in programming, because beginners usually write massive chunks of repeated code everywhere. Meanwhile, on the other note, that strong developers organize logic into reusable functions. That's how real software is built. Functions are about reusability, cleaner code, modularity, maintainability, and scalability. And without functions, large applications become a complete chaos, a complete mess. Imagine writing the same logic 15 times across an app. Feels weird, right? Now imagine finding a bug in that logic and you have to fix it. 15 separate items. That is a nightmare level maintenance. You can know that, right? And then we have functions can solve this. You can write logic once, then call it everywhere. So let's break this down completely and properly. Now I just want you to know that do not fear this. Now this may look intimidating at first, but it's made up of very simple pieces. So let's start with the basics, that what is a function basically, right? So a function is a reusable block of code that performs a specific task. That's it. That is it, right? And now if I want to give you a real world analogy, think of a coffee machine, right? Just think of a coffee machine. You press button, machine performs steps internally, then it gives coffee. You just don't care how it works internally every time, you just use it. And functions work similarly, because you call a function performs logic, then it returns the result. Now just take a look carefully about function definition. We have fun reverse string, string to reverse, string and string, right? This is called a function signature. It is a very important concept, right? I will go deep into it, right? Then we have the fun keyword. So what the fun keyword does, it tells the Kotlin that we are defining a function. It's as simple as that. Then we give it a function name. This is a function name. Reverse string is a function name. So function should be named clearly based on what they do. So this function reverses string. So reverse string is a good naming. We also have a naming for different things, right? Like naming parameters, naming variables. So reverse string is a good naming. Then we have the parameters in this function. Now this part, which is string to reverse, semicolon and string, it is a very important, because this is called parameters, and parameters are the input to a function. This allows function to receive data from outside. See that part? This is what is very important. Now let me break it down to you, that string to reverse is a parameter name, and inside function body we use this name to access input value. And this semicolon string, this means that parameter type is string. This basically means that the type of parameter here we are using is a string data type. So this function expects a string input. Now as you go further, we can see the return type, which is parenthesis, semicolon, and then you can see string here. So this comes after closing the parenthesis. This is a specifics that return type, right? So what return type means is that what the value function will give back. So what this function will give is return data type. It will give us data type of string, so specifically the reverse string. And now we have the function body. Now inside curly braces you can see here comes our function body. This contains logic function execution. Then we have the return keyword. Now look carefully, return, build a string and curly braces, right? So return is extremely important. It sends value back to whenever function was called. Now a simple example. Let me just break this down function signature properly for you, right? So we have seen here. So inside this body, instead of using input, we use string to reverse the parameter name. So the function doesn't know anything about what happens in the main. It only knows what's passed to it through the parameters. And what happens in main reverse string input is that we call the function by writing its name followed by parentheses with the arguments inside, right? And input is the argument, the actual value we are passing to the string to reverse parameter. Then we have the val reverse equals to reverse string input. So what we do here is that we capture the return value in a variable called reverse. Now we can use the reverse string in whatever way we want. And here you can see the looping backwards, which is for I in string to reverse dot last index down to 0. What it does is that it iterates backwards through string, right? And indices are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and HELLO character, right? We have seen here. Then how do we access these characters? We access these characters through string to reverse 1. As you can see here, that gets the character at index I. And then we have the complete flow of it. We are appending it again and again. And also I want you to note an important thing, that inside the function we use string to reverse and not input. Why? Because function knows nothing about the main function. Functions are isolated. And they only know what gets passed through parameters. This is a very important concept. And sometimes beginner confuse one thing, that about parameter and argument. I just want to clear these two terms and their meanings. That parameter means that variable in function definition, right? And argument is actually the actual value passed through during call. This is the difference between parameter and argument. So I just want to tell one thing, that many developers ask me that why functions matter. Because it matters because without functions you would rewrite reversal logic repeatedly. That is a terrible idea, because repeated code causes bugs, inconsistency, maintenance problems, messy projects. Functions centralize logic. You should keep a mind map of functions in your mind and just frame it completely. Because I'm going to say this once again, that repeated code causes bugs and inconsistency. And if you don't follow that function's rule, your application will obviously crash a lot of times. It will completely crash if you use the reversal logic repeatedly. And suppose reversal logic has bug, right? And without function you fix code in 10 different places. And with function you fix it in once. Every function call automatically benefits. That is scalable programming. So what you have to become is a scalable programmer. That's how startups, big tech companies and developers work. Exactly, right? Now look at this. We have println is palindrome, $input is equal to reverse, right? This compares original string with reverse version. If both same, then palindrome, right? So we will input, you can input anything, race car, then we have anything, right? So it will be the same result. So input will be is palindrome true. And why functions are huge. Functions become important foundation for everything, whether it's Android apps, game, backend systems, AI system, reusable UI components, business logic. Large software is basically thousands of functions working together. And I want you to know a common beginner mistake, that beginners often create gigantic main functions like 500 plus lines of code inside main function. That becomes unmanageable fast. Professional developers break logic to small focused functions. That is way more cleaner than 500 plus lines inside main, right? And good function characteristics are strong functions usually do one thing, have clear names, are reusable, are small and are predictable, right? For example, we see reverse string parenthesis. So that is a good function. That is a function of good characteristic. Then we have do everything. Let's say for example, that is a bad example, that we name it do everything parenthesis. That is a terrible naming. we should never use in something like this here, right? Then we have the arguments which actually pass the value into function, and honestly functions are one of the biggest mindset shift in programming, because now you can stop writing isolated chunks of code and start building reusable systems. Alright, so now we are learning one of the most cleanest and most elegant features in Kotlin, extension functions. And honestly, this is one of the features that makes Kotlin feels modern compared to older languages like Java, because extension functions let you do something really powerful.